It's the sounds of Usher coming through with Feels, Ruin. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine about this song, how I love Usher. I love the song, don't get me wrong. But when you have the audacity to give one person that much power to let them know that you have ruined me for everybody else, could never be me. Indeed, it is Self-Care Corner, 22 minutes after 11 a.m. Hopefully you are well. Actually, I know you're good. Wherever you are, on the road, heading to something very important, take it nice and easy. We got you here in the background. So from Ask a Man to our Self-Care Corner. Now, death is not something we like to think about or prepare for, but protecting your family's future in the case of your death is an important thing to consider and just work out. You know, till this day, I mean, I always, if you know me, I always have a picture of my dad in studio. I'll take this picture with me every single way I go. And I'm so grateful to my dad till this day for everything that he planned. It's as if he knew that if I'm gone, you are good. Khutso, I will take you through school even if I'm not there. I will take you through primary, high school, varsity. You'll be good. Not just for me, but my siblings as well. And I still find that powerful that he thought through life. And maybe that's where you need to be right now. Maybe you've been there doing it right now. I give you applause. Mama, Papa, thank you. So I do recognize that discussion is a bit triggering for some. And that's why we are taking this journey of self-care and preparation together. Joining us this morning is CEO at Financial Journey, Rose. Good morning, Rose. How are you?
Morning, Khutso. I'm very well. How are you?
Fantastic. I am really eager to have this conversation, something that I'm in the middle of. And of course, to you, my breakers, if you have any questions for our expert, please do send us a voice note, 060-552-7303. How are you going about securing your family's financial future? Rose, life insurance. Let's talk about this one. It's a big one.
Yes.
What exactly should your life insurance look like?
Well, life insurance generally covers three main things.
Sure.
Right? And it covers death, disability, and dread disease. That's a basic life cover. If you want to extend that, because there are companies that would then offer additional elements, put additional elements. So you could look at retrenchment, for instance, because those are quite common these days. And also elements, benefits that would maybe cover your funeral costs. Some of the policies would maybe give you, I don't know, a set amount, 10% or something, within 48 hours, and so forth. So you can add to it. But the whole point of having life cover is to replace income.
100%.
Yep.
Funny enough, Rose, I was listening to Best Mornings. They were talking about stock files and everything.
Yep.
And the lady was speaking in terms of being a part of a stock file because of that community feel, the community assistance. Would you bring in stock file when we want to at least have some sort of savings or cover for days like these, moments like these?
Yeah, there's a lot of informal things that we do in our communities that our mothers did for years, including stockfiles. I would advocate for that. It's all about planning so that you're not left wanting during emergencies. Financial wellness is about that, because if there's an emergency today that needs a set amount of money, what would you do to get that money? Would you tap into your savings, or would you borrow? Would you rob a bank? I don't know. But what I'm saying is that's part of making sure that you and your family are catered for. Because remember, we're talking about death, which is a very difficult conversation, as you said. We rarely find it comfortable to talk about it. But as you said, it's important to plan for death. So when you do that, then you're actually thinking about your family, your kids.
Yes.
What will happen when you pass away? And we all know someone, whether close or far, that has passed away and there were problems.
100%.
So what would you like for your own family?
Let that sink in, my breakers. What would you want for your family? Before we get into our news headlines, when it comes to our debt, Sis Rose, how should we go about making sure that our debt doesn't eat into our state when we pass? We have our covers, all that is sorted, but now debt is lingering.
You called me Sis Rose for the first time, by the way, just saying. Good question. Debt, a lot of people will say, oh, somebody left me with debt. That's all they left. All right. So debt, let's start with the debt itself. Usually when the debt is structured, it would include credit life cover, which is a life cover, which is tied up to your debt. So it's to the value of your debt, really, your balance. So if you have a house, 1.2 million, the life cover that's in there covers that amount, so that when you lose income, it can then cover the house. So in other words, if I have a house and I have family, I'm a breadwinner. If I pass away, that would be settled by that insurance. You're also able to cede. There's a word called cession, which is CEDE. Google it. I'm not going to describe it. But it then means you give the rights over to the credit provider for your existing life cover, which is not the one that you're offered by the credit provider. So you're able to cede your debt, your life cover into your debt.
Okay.
So you don't have to use the credit provider's version of credit life. You can use your own life cover only if it's equivalent. It covers the same elements. It's bananas for bananas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rose joining us in studio, ladies and gentlemen. Your opportunity to just let us know. Let's have a chat, you and I. How have you gone about securing your family's financial future in case you pass? Send me your voice notes on 060-552-7303. And of course, if anything, any question you have for Rose, she's here. What a beautiful, beautiful jam. Dim Tudor coming through with Kabzero Small, the musical chef, Sinom Solo, Marumba Pitch, Muntuam, my person. 37 minutes after 11 a.m., the mighty Metro FM, it's where you want to be. But what if, umuntu something happens, but yet they haven't taken the moment or the time to just reflect on their life? If they leave, they've left and left you with nothing because they didn't plan. So that's exactly what our Self-Care Corner is about, securing your family's future in the event of your death. And again, I do acknowledge that this conversation might be triggering. But if you don't have the conversation, where else must you have it? Your voice notes are coming through on 060-552-7303. We do have in conversation with CEO at Financial Journey. Rose is right here. If you have any questions when it comes to especially death, whether it be life insurance, your will, etc., don't be shy to send them through. Thank you very much, Hendrika, saying thank you for this informative conversation. Khutso, much appreciated. Self-Care Corner. Well, it's thank you to you for tuning in. So, let's hear your voice notes coming through. I think we should get into it. Rose, are we ready to answer some questions?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Take a listen.
Good morning, Khutso.
Morning.
This is Rachel out in Mabopane. I just want to ask your guest that I hear she's
what a
the
great
credit
question.
life insurance. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. What a great question, Rose.
Okay, so I think this is a broad conversation, so I'm going to keep on the main areas.
Okay.
Credit life is tied into your home loan.
Okay.
For as long as you're paying your installments, it covers the payment of your installments in case you lose income due to death, disability, or any other benefit that is included there. And that should be claimed should you die, so that it can pay off your bond.
Okay.
Right? Just to be clear, right? If a house burns down, that is not going to be covered by credit life insurance. It's a structural insurance. It's a different story altogether. If you want to cover household contents, that's household insurance. So those are three different insurance products that cover your household.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
So in terms of credit life, I would say just make sure that you understand what's being covered, what's excluded, and how to claim, when to claim, because there's always limits and terms and conditions. And contact an expert to give you proper advice so that you can avoid repossession due to death.
Okay. In closing, Rose, I think the most important one being the will conversation.
Yes.
What should be in your will in terms of protecting your family's future? I think maybe we can even add trust funds in there, maybe also the tax that comes with it as well.
Okay, so wills, very important. A will is not just something you put in an exercise book and write where you want your things to go. You need a professional. It's a formal document, and what elements need to be there it's known by estate professionals, right? Estate planning, it's what wills is about. So that would be a lot of certified financial planners. Those are the people that usually take care of that. To write a will, to draft a will, is usually free. Yeah. And in a will, what you have is two things essentially. It's how you want your assets to be distributed. So you want to say what goes to who. And on that note, a lot of people think because I'm young and I don't have assets, I don't have things, why should I have a will? We fight for clothes.
That's true.
My mother's favorite jacket.
iPhone charger.
Bona.
Yeah.
So even those smallanyana things you have, distribution of those things, who should get what,
Yes, ma'am.
to make sure people don't fight when you're dead or you have passed on. Secondly, you put your wishes. You can even write, I want to be buried in a specific place in this way. This is how I would
I want
like
to
my
be
funeral.
cremated.
Those
Yes.
details, those wishes. So those are the
Yes.
two main things that you find in a will. And then you also appoint someone to take care of your affairs. That is called an executor. An executor executes your wishes or your whatever that you've written in your will. And the advice generally is that use a professional, because I might put my sister and my sister blows it. So
Trust issues
because they
there.
don't know. And also, let's talk quickly about couples, right?
Okay.
Couples usually ask, do I need to have a joint will? Not necessarily.
question.
If you choose to, great. But remember, you're two independent people with various wishes and they might not align. So you might want to have your own will elsewhere, and also trust issues, as you said. You could have your own will stored safely with whoever the professional is, and what you could share with your partner, if you don't trust them or if you wish, is just the details of who to contact should you die.
Brilliant.
It doesn't have to have the details of where or how much you have.
I know someone needed to hear that. Rose, let's talk about the trust funds, the importance of creating one.
Yeah, trust. A trust is, when you set up a trust, you set it up like a business, but it's actually meant to protect assets. A trust is more important for minors. If you have minor children, it's more important for them because those are the people that suffer the most if there's nothing, there's no money, because you give them money every month, every day. They have food, they have school things and so forth. When you pass away, who's going to do that? So you set up a trust and you give the trust rules so that they can cater for the children and so forth. If you don't do that, because they're minors, they're not going to benefit from your will immediately. So that all the assets will be put in a guardian fund, which is government.
Correct.
The guardian fund is somewhere here in Jozi, by the way. Just take a Sour Street somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. There's always a queue that goes around that building.
I was about to say to you, the cues that I see
Is
there.
that what you want your kids to go through?
Rose.
So prevent that from happening by setting up a testamentary trust. That's what it's called, so that your kids are catered for in the event of your death. Tax. Let me start with life cover. No tax implications. You get all your money from your life cover as it is.
Okay.
With wills, all your assets are put together, and your assets is your house, your everything that has value, including money. And then there's a value. If that value is over 3.5 million, then it attracts tax according
100%.
to the estate tax table. However, if it's below 3.5 million, there's no tax implications.
Okay.
Right.
Rose, can we leave it there? I think if anything, this again is a broad conversation. If anyone would like to extend their hand towards you and just pull you closer for more advice regarding everything that we've spoken about today in our South Cape Corner, where can they get a hold of you?
Our team has certified financial planners, so I can put you in touch with a certified financial planner to help you with your estate planning. And I am actually going to put, I'm hosting a webinar about this conversation on the 17th in the evening.
Nice.
Between 6 and 8.
Okay.
I'm going to post the details on our social media pages. So we are available on social media pages, Financial Journey. Look out for that. And I also take emails if you'd like to chat to me directly. My email is rose@financialjourney.co.za. And we have a phone line, 011-234-2435. So I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is CEO at Financial Journey, at Financial Journey on the socials as well. That webinar, I think it's a great one, 17th of April. Do follow them on the socials. Rose, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
DJ Storky, Emo, Asithokoze. Do what you need to do right now. Plan, my breaker, plan.